Okay, so I've been getting a lot of questions about how I was able to get the freeze function on footswitch number 5 to be automated based on the expression pedal, and I thought I'd make a video to show how that's done. So first you need the Helix and an iPad. I've got the iPad connected to the Helix using the Apple Camera Connector Kit. It has a USB cable that goes to the Helix, and then it has a lightning cable that goes to a charger to keep the iPad plugged in. So this USB cable goes to the Helix USB port. In the Helix global settings, you want to make sure in the MIDI that you know what MIDI channel your Helix is set to. In this case, mine's set on 2. That's the channel that the Helix will listen for commands to come in on. And on page 2, you want to make sure MIDI over USB is turned on. Okay, now in the command center, you want to make sure that whatever expression pedal you're using, in my case expression 2, set it up accordingly. So I have it transmitting on MIDI channel 4. It's sending a CC message, and I have it sending CC52 with a value between 0 and 2. So 0 with heel down and 2 with toe down. Okay. So then I used MIDI Flow, this app here, and the way you set this up is you add a flow. Okay, I select my input and I see Helix because it's plugged into the USB, so my input's going to be Helix, and then I set up my rule. So in the rule, I'm going to restrict it, and remember I had the Helix expression pedal transmitting out on channel 4, so I restrict it to channel 4. And then I'm going to filter out notes because I don't need notes. Filter out the clock, I don't need the clock, and I don't need sysx messages. So I'm filtering all those out. Now remember, my Helix is on channel 2, so I'm listening on channel 4 for the expression pedal messages, and when MIDI Flow sends the message back to the Helix, I want it to send it back on channel 2. So I'm going to remap to channel 2. And then I'm going to set up a controller. So I'm going to add a remapping controller. And remember, my expression pedal is CC52. So I'm going to add a controller for CC52. So it's watching for a message coming in on 52. For the mode, I'm going to change it from direct to latching. And the value, so for toe down, I said it was 2, right? So 2. So it's going to be latching, listening for 2. And these things are the edge, right? So do I want that to trigger regardless if I'm passing over it or you know, if I'm increasing up to it or decreasing down through it? That's this first one. The middle one is only on the way up. So in this case, I just want it on the way up. So as I'm rolling the pedal up and it hits 2, I want it to trigger. Okay? And now, when I operate the, I'll click here so you can see. So when I operate the expression pedal, okay, everything between the input and the center one will show the messages that are coming in. So I'm operating it and they're coming in. And everything from the middle to the bottom shows what's going out. So as I operate, if I don't go all the way toe down, notice it's sending zeros, right? CC52, channel 4, there's 0, there's 1, there's 0, there's 1. Now if I go all the way toe down and send 2, there, it sent CC52, channel 2, and it sent a 0. Then it sent a 127, and then it sent a 0. And it's sending 0 and 127 because of how that is configured. So if I come back into that controller, it's set on latch, and it's set for off to be 0 and on to be 127. So since this is toe down, it's really just going to be on. I'm just going to change them both to 127. So we'll always send 127 now instead of toggling back and forth between the two. So there's toe down, 127, toe down, 127, keep sending 127. Okay, so now I need to add another one for the heel down. So I'm going to come back in here. go to the controllers, and I'm going to add another remapping. Again, CC52. Okay, so there's a second one now. Again, I'm going to change it from direct to latching. Now this time the trigger value, I'm going to make it 1 instead of 0 because I want this to trigger as soon as I come off toe. And now it's going to be decreasing. So if I'm increasing from 0 and I hit 1, I don't want this to trigger. I only want it to trigger when I hit 1 coming from a higher number. So that's why I chose decreasing. And what I want it to send, instead of 0 and 127, I just want it to always send 0. Okay, so now I have 2 remapped, so I'm going to pull back, I'm about to be heel down, there's heel down, there's toe down, there's heel. Toe down, so it's sending 52, channel 2, 127, now I'm going to pull it back, there, and now it's sending 0. Toe down, 127, pull back, 0. Now nothing's happening on the Helix yet, because on MIDI Flow, now I need to select my output. And I can select where I want this output message to go, which connected device. So I want it to go to Helix. Okay, so now these messages are going to the Helix. Now, what you'll notice is that the delay is actually turning on and off. Okay? And the reason for that, if you look at the Helix user's manual, footswitch 4 is CC52. I actually want CC53. So it's toggling CC52. Okay? So to change that to CC53, I come back in here, go to my first, see it says CC52 to 52, it's mapping 52 to 52, it's just changing channels. So I want to change that. In outgoing controller, change that to 53. Because I want foot switch 5. I'm going to do it on both of them. Okay, so now again, there, now you see CC52 channel 4, 0, 1, and 2 are coming in through the top and going out through the bottom. CC53 channel 2, 127 for toe down, 0 for heel down. And as I watch the Helix, there it's off, on, off, on, off, on, and that's how I was able to automate that. And what the freeze is doing is manipulating the path to do various things, and you can watch my other video for that.